It is weird to me when Mark Ruffalo says, JoJo, why is CNN so hell-bent on defending underage sex traffickers? Why are they so hell-bent on venerating child rapists like Rosenbaum? At a certain point, you do have to ask yourself a question. You don't defend anyone with this much zeal. I wish I loved anybody as much as Mark Ruffalo loves the generic pedophile. What if Kyle Rittenhouse was black? And I'll present to you some arguments, but I think everyone has heard this at this point. It's such a lazy, shallow argument. I think we can make the same argument here.
I would hope that he got off.
Yeah.
Wait, he's not black?
I don't know what he is. He kind of has a Jessica Alba quality to him.
I only watch right-wing news, and they never mentioned it.
Right, yeah.
He's one of the mixed community.
So remember how immediately after, let's first go through the worst takes of Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
Again, where people fear no accountability. Let's go back to the guy who everyone hated, President Donald Trump. Remember how he reacted immediately after Kyle defended himself in Kenosha?
I'm going to condemn the actions of vigilantes like Kyle Rittenhouse.
We're looking at all of it. That was an interesting situation. You saw the same tape as I saw, and he was trying to get away from them, I guess, it looks like, and he fell, and then they very violently attacked him, and it was something that we're looking at right now, and it's under investigation, but I guess he was in very big trouble. He would have been. He probably would have been killed. But it's under investigation.
I have to tell you, I am actually surprised at how there was zero embellishment there. I would have thought. Look to me like they were going at him with a nuclear bomb. Excuse me. Okay. And he, in fact, had nothing but a sling, like David. He was swinging it around. And then, and you could see the pedophile's erection, who had the nuke. He had the nuke, and I hate that he had a nuke, but he had a nuke, and he had an erection. When you have an erection and a nuke, and all you have is a sling, I already have a statue, Rittenhouse. Everything he said was 100% accurate, and he said, and we're still investigating it, but it looked like it was a bad situation. Seems like they were violently attacking him. He tried to run away. I think you've seen the same tape that I have. Of course, when he said, I think that you've seen the same tape, people at CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, Young Turks said, "K."
The Young Turks even admitted that. The one woman from the Young Turks even admitted she got it wrong.
Anna.
Yeah, well, I think that's because some of those dollar bills lawsuits,
Right, but they had already started trying to corner him there. Would you speak out against the militia members like Kyle Rittenhouse? It's like, whoa. You didn't have any information yet.
No, exactly.
Oh, God forbid a president gives a, direct and honest answer, which ends up being exactly what happened and proven in court.
And not poop his pants. What does he think? Who do you think we take him for?
He then went to the Vatican and shat himself.
Donald Trump responded that way. On the flip side, we had Quinn Hillier from the Washington Examiner immediately published this article, "Don't Cry for Kenosha Killer Kyle Rittenhouse." Nicole Hannah-Jones of the 1619 Project infamously tweeted, "In this country, you can even kill white people and get away with it if those white people are fighting for black lives. This is a legacy of 1619. He carried a gun. He could not legally have illegally crossed state lines and killed 2 people, but sure, y'all believe in law and order." So everything about that tweet is wrong.
It's so bad.
Corey Bush tweeted, "The judge, the jury, the defendant.
Grammar?
It's white supremacy in action. This system isn't built to hold white supremacists accountable. It's why black and brown folks are brutalized and put in cages while white supremacist murderers walk free. I'm hurt. I'm angry. I'm heartbroken." And so this leads into, obviously, the horrible takes, the inaccuracy. And when you set it up, right, you set it up with a lie, and you don't really tell people that that's just an inference that you're making. Then it allows you to use it as a springboard to create a straw man argument, right? They're trying to say if Kyle were black, would have been arrested, would have been murdered, but just so you don't take it from me, here you go.
I do still feel very strongly if he was a different ethnicity or people group, he'd be gone. It wouldn't be no, he's a hero and this, that, and the third.
Incorrect.
They would have said that he was underage. He traveled to a different
smart idea
state
wearing a rolling paper shirt.
A firearm that didn't belong to him.
It's not okay for the judicial system to be blatantly and obviously stacked against people of color.
This is still a show?
It's not
so
okay
fake.
for there to be an entirely different set of rules for white people.
There's not.
But I don't care about Kyle Rittenhouse. I don't care about that racist judge.
He's not.
And I don't care about how
Why is
that
she
jury must
dressed
be.
like an animatronic
White
musician
people have been
at a
getting away
kid's
with murder
restaurant?
since time began.
Yeah, exactly. It's like at a Chuck E. Cheese. You go in and be like, "Hey, what's that? That's the Amber Ruffin robot." You say it's your birthday.
Yeah.
That was eerie. That was pretty good.
Like she looks like they took her out of Discovery Zone and gave her a talk show.
A lot of blue check marks on Twitter have had similar opinions. Yeah. What if Kyle Rittenhouse was black? Bubba Noose in my garage, Wallace, said, "Ha! Let the boy be black, and it would have been life. Hell, he would have had his life taken before the bullshit trial. Sad." Julian Castro, remember he ran for office?
I do. Yeah.
Remember that piece?
Yeah, he still is.
He said, "You know damn well that if Kyle Rittenhouse were black, he would have been found guilty in a heartbeat or shot dead by cops on the scene."
Nope.
Comedian Kamal Bell. Have you ever performed with him? Or? Yeah.
No, I've never met him.
Okay, you're lucky.
I haven't been asked to not be on a show by him.
Good. Yeah. Count your blessings instead of sheep.
I've never met him, but I do know that he likes to push propaganda.
Yes. So he wrote, if you're a black teenage male, here are some things you can't expect to get away with. Number one, illegally getting a gun. Okay, good. Kyle didn't do that. 2, claiming you're protecting property that isn't yours and you weren't asked to protect. That's incorrect. 3, killing 2 people with a gun. 4, fleeing the scene. You ain't Kyle Rittenhouse. He turned himself into the police. He went to the police immediately. They said, get off the road. He said, yeah, but I just shot a guy. They said, yeah, we all have, kid. Get off the road. And then he went to the police station after that. Not the same thing, Kamal Bill. Now, let's be clear about this. I want to say once and for all, I want black people to be able to protect their neighborhoods, their family, the exact same as white people, as Asian people, as owners of Nordstrom, or the owner of the little trinket shop down the street, or the owner of the franchise Papa John's, or the local Italian restaurant, or the neighborhood watch. I want everyone to be able to protect their family, what's theirs, and we need to stop this culture of victim. And what do I mean? Victimizing people who are not engaged in crime. There's no justice in mowing over people at a parade. Let's defend it 0. There's no justice in burning down a Walgreens. Let's defend it 0. There's no justice in spray painting dicks all over a courthouse, in trying to kill a kid at a... There's no justice in burning down a used car lot. Let's be clear about this. And I want these people, criminals, to be afraid of law-abiding citizens from all the colors of the rainbow. So let me give you some examples of black people, first off, who either have been treated similarly or we would support being treated similarly. It's not just a black or white thing. Keep in mind, the Fort Worth shooter, black kid, shot 3 people out on $75,000 bail. Let's be really clear about that. Also on Friday, Andrew Coffey, a black man, was cleared of second-degree felony murder, 3 counts of attempted first-degree murder. The jury found it was self-defense. What happened is he shot at some deputies during an early morning raid. Yep. What I believe happened is they poked a hole through a window. He thought it was rifle fire. He shot at them. They shot his girlfriend, and they charged him with killing his girlfriend. He was just cleared.
Good. Yeah, as he should be.
Yeah. If they didn't do their jobs and announce who they were, then that's the kind of stuff, unfortunately, that happens.
And it is different from Breonna Taylor. Anyway, we'll get into that another day. Let me give you some examples of other people who we've supported, black people who are carrying guns or using force. David Dorn, right? Former police officer who was shot dead, and we raised money for him. That was an absolute tragedy. Crystal Kaiser, she was jailed for killing her pimp and burning down his house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now I believe it was also Kenosha, they're trying to charge her and say, well, she only did it because she wanted to steal his BMW. Okay, to be clear, the authorities had videotape of this man sexually assaulting minors. She was pimped by him, just like the guy, or she, who ran over people at the parade, right? This lady, this girl, Crystal Kaiser, was underage, was being pimped, sex trafficked. Yeah. She had enough. She killed a man, burned down his house, and they're trying to say, oh, but she did it to steal his car. You know what? Sometimes that's the booty of war.
Yeah, exactly.
You take your plunder. I wouldn't care if she cleaned out his jewelry box and took his flat screen. He was sex trafficking minors. It was on camera. But, of course, the local authorities, and I'm not sure if the FBI was involved. We don't have all the details yet. They wanted to build a stronger case, even though they knew they had it on camera, him sexually abusing minors. I don't think anyone would blame a girl who was being, black girl, to be clear, sex trafficked, underage. I don't even care if she chose to be a prostitute. Does not matter. Hey, have you noticed a theme here? We don't like pedophiles and child rapists.
Yeah.
Whereas Mark Ruffalo was calling Joseph Rosenbaum JoJo. Like, it's one thing.
JoJo. What is wrong with you, man?
I don't
It's
understand.
one thing.
He's honestly the worst
The worst.
person alive.
Oh, I'm going to miss JoJo.
JoJo.
What do
was
you
a-
have in your inbox, Mark Ruffalo?
There's a lot of those actors doing that.
I know.
Pedro Pascal did the same thing.
Kerry
It's like, what is
Washington
wrong
said
with
that
you?
his life matters. You're like, no,
No.
it doesn't.
No, it
Sorry.
really doesn't.
It
really
didn't matter at all.
It is weird to me when Mark Ruffalo says, JoJo, why are you why is CNN so hell-bent on defending underage sex traffickers? Why are they so hell-bent on venerating child rapists like Rosenbaum? At a certain point, you do have to ask yourself a question. You don't defend anyone with this much zeal. I wish I loved anybody as much as Mark Ruffalo loves the generic pedophile. Black people in this country also, statistically, it's true, sometimes different kinds of sentencing. Let's look at what that looks like. Let's use some examples first. Timothy Simpkins shot 3 people in school, $75,000 bail. That's the Fort Worth situation. Terrell Josie accused of shooting and killing a Detroit firefighter. Bail reduced from $1 million to $100,000. George Howard charged with domestic violence, released on a $1,500 bond paid for by the Minneapolis Freedom Fund. No word if, by the way, this has been removed for GoFundMe. Kamala Harris contributed to that fund. He was quickly charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder after being released. Let's look at the idea that cops are more likely to shoot black men for no reason. It's open season, because that's a justification for the racist dog whistles that you actually see from CNN.
Yeah.
Cops are actually 18 and a half times more likely to be shot by black men than to shoot unarmed black men. And just to be clear, it shouldn't be reliant on race, just like Mr. Coffee. I am thrilled that he has gotten off. I hope that this girl who shot her underage sex trafficking connoisseur and killed him, I hope that she gets off. And you know what? Maybe there'll be some justice for the bitches, while I was busting moves in Nevada from this guy who plowed people down at a parade who also engaged in pimping minors. This is the man who ran people over. He was released on a $1,000 bond 2 days ago for domestic abuse, bail jumping. He's a registered sex offender, and he admitted in his own words to pimpin' hoes while he was busting moves in Nevada. He has pro-Black Lives Matter, anti-Kyle Rittenhouse posts, anti-police posts. We found this on social media. All of this we have given to you. His name, description, past criminal history. It is 10:27 Central, 11:27 Central, a.m. on Monday. And what is CNN giving you? He or she who may have committed the crime. There you go. I don't think you should ever trust our institutions again.
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.